Jamsin Entertainment. Hello and welcome back to Throwback Thursdays. Today's Throwback review is Planet of the Apes. Now, I'm going to talk about Fathom events for just a little bit because Planet of the Apes and The Killing Joke were both Fathom events. It's a good program. You get to go to the movies and see things that you normally wouldn't see in theaters. They'll show ballets and plays at the Fathom events, and there's even one that they're advertising, which is a marching band competition. The thing is, though, got to Planet of the Apes on time, which is a 7 o'clock show, and it was 7:45 when the movie started. Now, it wasn't the complete 45 minutes. It was like 5 minutes of interview with the actor who played Dr. Zaius, but he dressed up as Dr. Zaius and was in character for the interview. So it was fun, it was interesting. But the 40 minutes before that were all advertisements for Fathom events. And the next night, when I went to see Killing Joke, I got there a little late, and they started the interview with Mark Hamill. I'm not worried about that because I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the special features of the Blu-ray. It's a comparison, and I think what it is that they knew not a whole lot of people were going to go out to see Planet of the Apes because there's a small audience for it. They knew a whole bunch of people were going to go out to see Batman the Killing Joke. As far as I know, Planet of the Apes got one theater. Killing Joke got 2 theaters. So, just one thing to kind of look out for, maybe. You don't know how long you're going to wait before the event that you're going to is going to start. I've never been to a Fathom event until Planet of the Apes, and then right next night, I went to another one for Batman the Killing Joke, and 2 different experiences. So I do recommend Fathom events. Just, it's best to get there on time. You might have a wait, you might not. I don't know because I've only been to 2. Planet of the Apes. It's based on a novel. Unfortunately, I can't remember the author's name, but it was written by a French guy. And I only learned that this past Sunday because they were putting up trivia questions before the movie. So that was interesting to learn. The premise is that 4 astronauts leave Earth, and about the time that this movie was released, like the late 60s, early 70s. 3 men and a woman. The 2 men and a woman are in cryo sleep already, and Charlton Heston is at the helm, given a captain's log before he goes into sleep. And they're traveling at light speed, just exploring the universe. They account for the time lapse. This crew is moving at the speed of light. You move 1 light year. That's a different, which is 1 year in space. Well, if they traveled, I forget how much they've traveled, but they traveled X amount of distance in light speed. And since they're traveling at the speed of light, they've actually relatively stayed the same age. But back on Earth, they're saying it's like a couple thousand years later. So they've been traveling for quite a while. Charlton Heston's character goes into cryo sleep and then wakes up to a red alert. Something's happened where they're crashing into a planet. They crash into a body of water, and they find that the woman, unfortunately, has died. Something happened while all of them were in cryo sleep where her glass cracked and she wasn't preserved like the other guys. They escape from the spaceship and they travel but it's like a desert area. They get on a raft, they go down a river, and they walk the desert for 2-3 days. and they kind of talk about like how life was and how it's well. Charlton Heston is like the realist pessimist, and he's like, oh, you know, everyone we know is dead, but I'm not concerned about that. I went on this mission to find out if life is better beyond Earth, and that is the theme. Humans treating each other nicely and treating the planet nicely. And then you had the more optimist one. I can't remember the other actors' names, unfortunately, but the character was Landon, and he went on this mission to make a name for himself. And Charlton Heston like eggs him on about that. It's like, whoa, okay, so you made it here, and I'm pretty sure there's a bronze statue of you somewhere, big and tall, and has nameplate and everything. Of course, it's probably green by now. It's a couple of thousand years old. And he just eggs him, and Landon says, "Get off my back, man." And it's like, I know. I just don't want to think about that. I just want to move on, survive. The the third man, Dodge, but he's a scientist, and he's concerned about just exploring. The three of them eventually run into a group of humans. I'm not sure if they're tribal or not. That's not really established, but there's a group of humans in a cornfield, and they observe them a little bit while they're in their rags now. But soon the apes come and they hunt and capture the humans, and they get dragged off into cages. Now, Charlton Heston does get shot in the throat, so he loses his voice, oh, I guess for about a week or so. He's trying to communicate with the apes. They have pen and paper and stuff like that, and the one doctor he's really trying to talk to is Dr. Zira. She's a psychologist or a zoologist psychologist, because the apes consider the humans nothing more than savage animals. And he's trying to, I don't know why he just didn't do this, I guess to create drama, because he was calling her over and he would grab for the pen and paper instead of just doing the writing. I'm pretty sure that's universal for I need to write something. Fails the first time, the second time he gets it, and he writes down, "My name is Taylor." So Dr. Zira discovers that he can write. He has intelligence. And she tells her fiance, Cornelius, about it. And he's kind of like, yeah, it's a gimmick. Because the ideology of the apes is that humans are completely, utterly dumb and nothing will ever come to them. They're savages. And Cornelius starts off by just playing it off. And then more events happen. Charlton Heston gets loose. He gets captured again, and his voice is back. And he says one of the famous lines from it: "Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!" I'm not going to go into more detail than that. I realize the movie's been out for near 50 years, or it might be 50 years. Maybe that's why it came back to theaters. But I realize that not everyone has seen Planet of the Apes. I highly recommend you do. It is a great sci-fi. Tomorrow on Movie Stuff Friday is Mark Hamill. Saturday, you'll learn what it means when I say I'm back on eBay. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people will like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned.
Live your imagination.